Good morning, everyone. Guess what? This is the last week of preschool before our winter break. I know, it's so exciting. And this week we're also going to be talking about another winter holiday that I bet a lot of you know about, which is Christmas. And this time, for when we talk about Christmas, we're going to be reading some gingerbread books, some gingerbread stories. So at Christmas time, some people have the tradition of making gingerbread houses and gingerbread cookies. So it kind of goes along with one of those Christmas traditions that some people have. All right, so let's figure out what the day is today. What was the last day of school that we had? Thursday, yep. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So today is Tuesday. Yes, so let's move that frog to Tuesday. And then, who remembers the name of our month? Yes, it's December. All right. And this is the last week we'll be doing of December because we have our 2-week winter break. The next time after this week when we come back, it'll be a whole new month. All right, let's count the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What comes next? 14. And let's see what color it would be. Let's see. Red, white, green, red. What color? White. So a number 14 on a white stocking. And we need to do one more. That was yesterday for the 4's class. So let's see. 12, 13, 14. What comes next? 15. And the color? Red, white, green. Red, white. What comes next? Green. So we have a number 15 on a green stocking. All right, so let's say the whole date together. Today is Tuesday, December 15th. And I've been forgetting to point out over here on our season chart, we moved into December. This part of December is still in our fall season. Now, around December 21st or December 22nd, it turns to officially winter, but we are still technically in our fall season right now. All right, so let's do our weather. So you're going to look out your window at your house and see what the weather is. Let's see here. Whew. Uh-oh, I'm having a little trouble getting these stacked up. All right, well, we'll just leave them the way they are. All right, so when you look out the window, is it partly cloudy? Is it rainy? Is it cloudy? Is it snowy? Is it foggy? Is it sunny? Is it stormy? Or is it windy? All right, so figure out the weather at your house. And then we need to figure out what it feels like outside, what the temperature is. So if you step out the door at your house, does it feel hot? Does it feel cold? Does it feel cool? Or does it feel warm? All right. So we are going to read the first of our gingerbread stories today. Now this one is actually the second book, it's not really a series because they're written by different authors, but there was another book that came before this one. Some of you may have read, some of you maybe haven't, but I like to read this one first. Let's find out what it's called. Let's pull it out of our mystery envelope. Oh my goodness, so there is a kid with candy all over as clothes. This is called The Gingerbread Girl. All right, some of you may have read the story. the gingerbread boy. And actually, some of you may have read this one too. I don't know. But the gingerbread girl actually comes after the gingerbread boy, but I still like to read this one first. So I want to show you something though. Some books come with this cover on them. You see this? Like this. It's a protective cover. Does anyone know what this is called? That protective cover on the outside of a book? See? It's called a book jacket. It's kind of like the jacket you wear outside to keep you warm. This doesn't keep the book warm, but it protects the cover of the book, right, from getting damaged. But it's also kind of a pain when you're trying to read. So I'm going to take it off, and I'll just be really careful when I'm holding it. So I took the book jacket off. So the gingerbread girl. All right. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. Now, it's okay if you don't. We're going to read it next time. All right? He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox pretending to help him cross a river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. A full year had passed since the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. "Let's bake again," suggested the old man one morning. "But what if the same thing happens?" cried the old woman. "I couldn't bear the loss." So she's talking about the gingerbread boy that had gotten eaten by the fox in the first story. "Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away," answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, and cut it out. They dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. "She is sweet," gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watch by the oven, they talked, remembering their gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up and she heard everything. See her little eyes open? Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the oven door to peek. See her eye? The gingerbread girl's eye kind of peeking? And the old woman is peeking, the lonely old woman is peeking in the oven. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread cookie, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop, stop!" And the little old man came running. But the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang. Now this is a part you can kind of say with me when we get to it in the book. "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh-baked gingerbread caught their attention. "Wait!" the hungry farmer shouted and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and called, "Hey farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past." So this is the part you can say with me if you remember it. "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Farther down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him, singing, I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers. All right, here's the part you can say with me. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. On down the path, she came upon an artist. A masterpiece good enough to eat, the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past, laughing. I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I am one smart cookie, despite this wild wig. So here's the part you can say with me. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Farther along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk. But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind, listening to the gingerbread girl call, Chase if you want, I am faster than you, although you have 4 feet and I've only 2. All right, here's the part you say with me. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, You're joining the chase? The more the merrier. But no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. So hounds and terriers are kinds of dogs. So here she goes again, ready? I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Now the path ran right past a school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of "Cookie!" were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them all as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat. All right, here she goes again. Ready? I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl. Finally, the gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but that same devious fox? Hello, my pretty, crooned the fox. I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you cross the river. Just jump onto my tail. The gingerbread girl shivered, then sang in nearly a whisper, Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me? That's all I implore. The fox chuckled, I promise, my sweet little tidbit. And the gingerbread girl gingerly climbed on the fox's tail. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. Ooh, the water is so deep. Move to my back, he insisted. Thinking this cute little cookie was even sillier than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was very silly. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. That's a good little girl, the fox said with a snicker. Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head. Do you think the fox is really going to trick the gingerbread girl? No sooner had he spoken those words than the gingerbread girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple-looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitch knot. "You're right," she whispered in the fox's ear. "I am good." The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about, but the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back toward the crowd. Riding the fox like a bucking bronco, the gingerbread girl whizzed past, singing, "He'll run and he'll run with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Looks like the gingerbread girl outsmarted the fox this time. The awestruck crowd followed, all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and she measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, "I'll bake you some more. I'm the gingerbread girl." The old woman and man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy houseful to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what of the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. "We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox. I'm the gingerbread girl." All right, so that is the gingerbread girl. We're going to read the gingerbread boy, which is the story that comes before this one, next time, and we'll see what different things happen in that book. All right, so let me show you some of the things we have in our packet this week. All right, one of them is this Gingerbread House color count and graph. So what you're going to do with this, see there's the objects on the side, the little candies that are on the house. They're listed here, and you're going to count how many of each kind there are and color in that many spaces. So I'm going to look at this one here. So I'm going to count, see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So I'm going to take a crayon and I'm going to color in the boxes of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can see I'm using a tray that has kind of a texture to it, so there's a little texture on the coloring too. See there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm going to do one more, which is these little ones here. So I count 1, 2 of those. Let's see. So I'm going to color in 2 of these. And another thing you can do as you're doing it, and I think I forgot to say this to the forest class, you can color them in as you count. So if you wanted to color them in like this, so the first one was those little rainbow shapes, those little arches, so you can color them like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I colored those in on there? Right here. And then the other ones, 1, 2. See? You can color as you count them too. That's kind of a helpful thing. And you can write or trace your name at the top. So that's one activity you have this week. All right, now this one is super fun. In your packet, you have a cardboard gingerbread person. And I would like you to decorate this with whatever you have at your house, all right? Decorate a gingerbread person. You can decorate it however you want. And when you're done, I would love to see pictures of them. Or you can bring them to packet pickup this Friday, all right? So let's see here. I've got, at school, some craft items that I just happen to have. Some paper triangles. These are these little sticky back foam things that I got from the scrap box. Some pom-poms, so some jewels, hard to see them in the bowl, there's jewels in there, some googly eyes, here, googly eyes, and some puzzle pieces. These are also from the scrap box. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the googly eyes for the gingerbread person's eyes. Now, if you don't have googly eyes, that is okay. There are lots of different things you can use to make your gingerbread eyes. It's just I happen to have lots of these kinds of things at preschool, right? So there's my gingerbread person's eyes. All right, I think what I'm going to do is use some of these jewels for some buttons on my gingerbread person. And feel free, you can also color with crayons or markers. You could paint with paint, right? There's lots of different fun things that you can do. I would recommend using white glue, though, if you're going to be gluing on things like this, because glue stick doesn't work so well with these types of things. Let's see here. Okay, if you have like thicker things, it just doesn't glue very well. So there is... there are some buttons on my gingerbread person. And let's see, I'm going to make my gingerbread person some shoes down here with, let's see, what shall I use? I think, I'm going to use these, let's see. I'm going to use these triangles this time for the shoes. So... one more. If I can put a little more glue there. Okay. So there's one shoe. And remember, I want you to do yours in your own special way. Yours should not look like mine, right? Each person's gingerbread person should look different. Let's see, do I have any more green? I might not. Okay, so I'm going to have to switch to a different color. Alright, so there's my gingerbread shoes. And then I'm going to give my gingerbread some hair. And it's going to have some multicolored hair. I'm going to use my pom-poms. Alright, so there is my gingerbread person. I can keep going, making the rest of the face, more clothes, lots of different stuff, okay? So have fun with that, and I would love to see pictures. You can have your mom or dad post them on our preschool Facebook page, or send them to me on email, or bring them on Friday for packet pickup. Alright, also in your packet, you have some of the things you need to make reindeer food. Now, this is for that you would sprinkle on your grass or your front yard or backyard, doesn't matter, on Christmas Eve so that Santa's reindeer can see your house better. Okay, so the recipe is here. Your mom and dad can get the ingredients. It is oats, sprinkles, and that's basically it. And then, oh, and a plastic baggie. All right, so I've got a plastic baggie here. And then after I put all my ingredients in my plastic bag, oh, just a second, I forgot this. Well, I'll just tell you, I forgot the stapler. So you're going to put all your ingredients in the bag. Then you have this paper in your packet. You're going to fold this in half. And see, on one side it says reindeer food. On the other side it says sprinkle on the lawn at night. The moon will make it sparkle bright as Santa's reindeer fly and roam. This will guide them to your home. So it has the little poem on the back. And you're going to have your mom or dad help you staple that on here. Okay? And then on Christmas Eve, you can put your reindeer food, sprinkle it on your lawn. Okay? So that is what I have to show you today. I will show you the rest of the activities next time. I hope you have a great day. I will see some of you today at 10:30 for small group time. We're going to be talking about Christmas traditions if we have time in your family, what traditions you might have if you celebrate Christmas. And I will see you all again at circle time on Thursday. Bye, everyone.